It's Alex here with Kiss FM, and I'm sitting here with Jack and Jack.
What's up,
Hey
what's up?
guys. Okay, wait. Time out. So we were just saying the last time I met them was with JoJo about 2 years ago, and
Yes.
you said you went to a crazy party afterwards. Wait,
We did.
why was it crazy? What went down? I need to know everything.
I mean, first of all, the Janoskians were hosting it.
They always throw just crazy bangers, or at least used to when they still had their little house or big house in
Big
LA.
house, very big. Yeah.
And that was like
Just
before
showed up.
that was before we really knew them. We knew them like well enough to be like, "What's up, yo? How are you?" But like we weren't like as close as we are with them now.
yeah.
And so they just like out of just generosity, they were just like, "Hey, these guys are new. Invite them to this party, us to this party." And we get there, and it's like all of our friends are there.
Plus like
and
another 300 people.
Then like that's what really made it fun. It was sheer numbers, so it was like you just could mingle for days.
With
And then-
everyone, you didn't get bored.
There's like 4 magicians doing tricks like throughout the house.
Just because in LA, you know, like everybody is in LA for a reason, so like
Yeah.
everyone's like doing their own thing. Like
Yeah.
there's like someone performing for like a group of 6 people over there. He's like doing a rap cipher, and then there's
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a
someone-
cool party. There's people in the pool,
Yeah.
but yo,
And then
the cops showed up
yeah.
and everyone just got escorted.
But that kind of is what makes a party fun.
Legendary.
It's like yeah, like
It's not a
okay,
legendary
that one's
party
going
unless the
down in the
cops-
books.
Yo, I feel like so much has happened, even in the past, God, what was that, like, that was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Year and a half,
So
at
much
least.
has happened in your life in the past year and a half. And what has been, like, your main, like, oh my God, this is happening, pinch me moment? Like, have you had any of those, like, obviously I feel like a lot of this has been surreal,
Yeah.
but what has been the most surreal experience so far?
I would just say honestly, like international shows.
Yeah.
Which like we've only experienced those for the first time outside of Canada. Canada's like very, I guess, a similar like culture to the U.S. You know?
Yeah.
But our first time going to Europe was in October, November, and that just like blew my mind. You know, these girls who spoke different languages were showing up by the thousands to our shows, and like that was just like something that was a lot to take in because.
Yeah.
It's weird that like all our songs are in English and you hear them singing along when like they have broken English and they're not even that good at English.
Yeah, like but they know all the words even though they grew up speaking like Spanish or French or whatever.
And,
it
like
is.
me, I only speak English, and like if I
Yeah.
hear a song on the radio that's in Spanish, it's like I try, and I'm just like I'm not. This,
Yeah,
And they know
this
my
is not
raps
doing
even.
well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like they know, I mean, not just his hooks, but like
Yeah.
I see them rapping along to my rap verses, which are like if you're a not native English speaker, those like,
That
wow,
just goes
those
to show
have
that
be tough.
they're listening to your music all of
exactly,
the time,
yeah.
and that has to be so.
It was just
so
a very
crazy.
heartwarming feeling, and so I would say that just made me realize that this is real, this is worldwide, like this is bigger than we think, and so that was a cool experience,
Yeah.
just traveling internationally.
But honestly, I would say just any time that we do like a show like this, like I don't know if you guys saw outside, like that's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, we did our meet and greet outside, and then afterwards we like just said hi to the girls waiting down below out of this balcony, and it's just like even that right there just shocks me. I'm like I know like yeah we're still in the U.S. and like that's cool, but like there's 1,500 to 2,000 girls like screaming at us right now because they're so excited to see us that just like I still can't really grasp that.
But I think that's a good thing. That just
Yeah.
shows that you're staying humble, and like you kind of almost like want to keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Or like always feel that
Can't
way.
never let your ego get out
Yeah.
of whack, that's when you're stuff
Bad
starts going
things happen.
downhill.
Yo, so you're talking about like touring and stuff, and I noticed you have like a big red bus, a big red,
Yeah.
Big
tour
red
bus.
bus.
Nebraska.
Okay, gotta talk about the big red bus. What are the rules of the big red bus?
Rule number 1 is no number 2s. That's with any tour bus.
Yes.
First thing they said to us, which we already know that rule.
Wait, no number 2s?
Nah, not on the bus. You gotta respect everybody.
You can't go to the bathroom.
You can go pee.
You can pee.
Urine doesn't smell that bad.
Okay,
No, so,
okay.
you know, it just like sits in the bottom area of the bus.
Oh.
So
You don't want to. Yeah, stay away from that.
That's rule number 1 on any
Rule number
tour
2:
bus.
pick up all your shoes. Pick up all your just like straggled clothing items
Yeah.
laying around.
There's
the
like
ground.
one main hallway in the middle, and that's like 3 feet wide. You don't want to clog.
Don't want anyone tripping. No one.
Is there a lot of straggled clothes that just lay around?
Not yet, but I think
That come
by
week
the end
1,
of the tour, it's
week,
gonna get a
week
little-
2.
it's gonna get a little reckless.
Crazy?
No doubt.
Your clothes, someone else's clothes?
Probably specifically mine. I'm the most disorganized out of probably everyone on the bus by a
See,
long shot.
I'm not dirty, I would say I'm messy. So it's like
There you go.
I clean
Yeah,
up,
I'm
but
very
my
clean.
clothes are everywhere.
Exactly. I like to think I have good hygiene. I'm
Yeah.
a very clean person
There
in
you
Be
general.
clean.
But my room is just a pigsty.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me dirty though.
No,
you know?
it doesn't.
There you
Rule
go.
number 3.
It's organized.
What's rule number 3?
Rule number 3.
Rule number 3 is have a good time.
Have a good time. You gotta be nice to everyone.
Always positive
Spread
vibes.
that positivity and just Yeah.
No fights amongst the tour
Nah.
folks.
If there is like a problem you have with someone, just
there's a
like,
problem, I'm
address
stepping
it.
in and I'm making sure.
There's no, yeah,
Okay.
we won't let that happen.
I'm the
on a
mediator.
tour bus
We
with
don't,
Dragon.
no bad vibes, all
No
good
bad
vibes.
All good vibes.
Okay, and so what's the craziest thing that has happened on the Big Red Bus so far?
On the Big Red Bus so far, I mean, it's only been 2 days, but we did just set up our speaker,
Yes.
this big like rocket speaker.
So we've
with,
been
like, a
making
huge
beats.
bass. Yeah, we're making beats. We have this thing called a loop pedal, where like if you've ever seen Ed Sheeran perform, you know,
Yeah,
he'll play his
yeah.
guitar and then he'll loop it and it just keeps
Yeah.
playing. And so we just pass the mic back and forth and make these crazy intricate beats, and then we'll start freestyling to them. And I mean, that's really the only eventful thing that's taken place on the
Yeah.
bus so far. We've only been on it a total of like 6 hours so far. So.
That's okay. Well, you're gonna spend a lot of time on that bus,
Yes.
so brace yourself. Do you ever wonder? Because obviously, you know, you guys, your launching pad was Vine, and you still Vine, obviously, social media. Do you ever sit and wonder, like, what would I be doing right now if it wasn't for that?
Totally.
Of course. I mean, right now I would be a sophomore in college, second semester of sophomore year, you know, just going through my business courses probably, you know. I was going to be an
Entrepreneurship.
entrepreneur, yeah, I think we were both
There
just
you go.
kind of going for that, whatever that means. That was just like the easy major.
That's like that was me, the communications major.
I'm
Like,
gonna do
that's easy.
Business, communications,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
None of that medical stuff, you know, that takes 8 years.
No.
I'm not even doing that. But yeah, I mean, I always wonder, like, if social media wasn't in our lives, how different it would be, and it would just be 180 degrees, you know, flipped upside down. It's
Yeah.
like, not even comparable what it would be like. without
Seriously,
social
like I
media.
really can't even imagine. I mean, I can't imagine because like, you know, we were in high school, we went to elementary school.
We got all our
middle
friends in
school.
college, you know.
Yeah,
we-
like,
Yeah.
you know, like we know how it is, we hear about their stories and stuff, but like I just always saw my life kind of going a different way and I didn't want to always follow.
Traditional rap.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, I'm glad I went this way, really glad, and
I feel
do
like
think about it
we're
often.
learning. I feel like we're learning more now,
Exactly.
like real life experience that
Yeah.
applies to our career.
It's like
than
super
any
life
college kid, you know?
applicable stuff.
Mhm.
For sure. Well, before I let you leave, this extremely applicable. Yeah.
Applicable.
Either one
Applicable.
works.
Yeah,
I don't know.
whatever.
Tomato,
That's
potato,
fine,
tomato.
just whatever.
Okay, there you go.
Before we leave this super dark room for
Yeah,
whatever
for real.
reason, I don't know why they
Hope you
painted the
see
window
us.
shuts. Yeah, I was like, sorry if this is like a pitch black interview.
Yeah.
Tell us what you got, even though I'm sure your fans know, but tell us anyways, what are you working on right now?
Wow.
An album, debut album,
Music,
baby.
music.
Yes.
This last 2 weeks has been our most productive week of music ever in history by like a long shot.
Yep.
I think we churned out like 7 songs this last 14 days, and we're just going crazy, yo. So honestly, I would say expect the album sometime early summer. That's our goal. No promises, but once we get the right strategy behind it, the right radio team behind it, the right distribution platform, everything should be smooth and everything should roll out properly, and it'll be like, you know, the most legit Jack and Jack content, at least musically, that's come out ever by a long shot. So
I
I'm
think-
stoked.
It encompasses not just musically, like literally everything that we have ever put out. This will be the best like form of content ever. Like it's gonna be amazing, and we're not gonna let it be anything less than that.
And I think it's also because you guys are obviously going to be spending a ton of time together, you know, when you're touring, but you're also going to be experiencing so many new things. I can't imagine the amount of inspiration you're going to be getting off of that.
Totally.
Of course, and you know, it's great because we can always play off of each other when writing music, and we're like, yo, remember that time in Barcelona when we saw that beautiful sunset by the beach? We should like write a song about that sunset, and then like we'll both kind of go back to that time, and we have a musical collaborator who went through
Yeah.
the same thing that I went through. So
Totally.
it's really good to have gone through the same experiences, because that way you know exactly what you're talking about, and you can kind of, I guess, evoke the same feelings from one another. So
Exactly.
Awesome.
it's cool.
Well, guys, kick ass tonight. I don't know if I can say that in an interview for
Kick
kids, but
ass.
we're going to do it. Kick
Hell
ass.
yeah.
Do
Thank
it.
you so much. Thanks
See you
for having
later.
us.
Nice talking
Of
to you.
course.